A stupid skiing injury cost me months off my mountain bike, but I'm finally starting to ride again. So in this video, I'm gonna tell you all the story of my worst injury ever. First off, I will go over how it happened, then what it took for me to recover, and finally, bring y'all along for a bike ride. Plus a bonus, what's next for the summer and for the channel. How it happened. So on March 1st of this year, I went skiing with some friends for a birthday party, and let's just say we like to hit some jumps. There was one jump in particular that was bigger than the average, and we were sessioning that one. It got dark, as it does on most days, and the landing of this jump turned to ice. But we kept at it, and believe it or not, the repetitive impact of landing on an icy landing over and over again caused me a slight lower back pain upon impact. I skied other stuff for the rest of the day, thought nothing more of it, but after a couple weeks of minor discomfort in my lower back, and then a long day of car rides and bike rides and back pain, I knew something more was up. Recovery. So the first step of recovery is actually figuring out what the problem was, and that took quite a while. But eventually, after numerous doctor's appointments, an x-ray, and finally an MRI, we found out that I had a torn and bulging disc in my L4, L5. I don't want to get too technical, so basically, in between each of your vertebrae, there's a little bit of suspension, and in mountain bike terms, I blew mine out. So once that had been discovered, it was just lots of PT and lots of time off the bike. So I was about 6 weeks in at this point, and slowly I worked from stretches to bands to lifting, and from riding on the trainer to riding on the road to finally light trail riding. And that brings us about to today. So I'm gonna take y'all along for my average recovery bike ride, and then I'll talk to y'all about what's next. Alright y'all, so I promise I'm not a roadie, but to get to the trails, so a little bit of road riding. Okay, so this, not trying to show the entrance to this because it's kind of one of those neighborhood trails, but this is our first little fun downhill. Woo. Love that downhill. It's just bumpy enough that it's fun, but you don't actually have to pay too much attention to not dying. And of course, there's always a good climb. These trails are hard to go fast on just because of how many trees you almost hit and die. I love that little spot. Woo! A little deep on that. There's a lot of logs to hop on this trail. And here we hit the same downhill. Should give you a pretty good idea of what the rides have been like recently. So we'll head on back. It's bombing down the hill at 40 miles an hour. It's fun no matter where you are. So what's next for me? Luckily, my physical therapist says discs heal and I shouldn't have to modify further activity once I'm all healed up. This is great news, and for the next month or so, I'm working in heavier and heavier impact riding, which is more jumps, more rocks, all the more fun stuff, and hopefully in another month or so, I'll be back to normal. But I don't plan on just getting back to normal. I want to get way better. And on the topic of improvement, my trails definitely need some work. After winter and rain and neglect from this injury, they are looking pretty worse for the wear. So I'm definitely going to do a little series on fixing up everything. And y'all already know I have plans for some really big new stuff. And with that, I'm gonna send y'all off with a question. What kind of videos do you wanna see? I can do bike park days, trail building, local trail rides, rides with my friends. I could do tutorials on trail building or skills that I'm confident in. Or do y'all have ideas? I'm really curious to hear what y'all wanna see moving forwards. But yeah, let me know what y'all wanna see. And with that, thanks for watching and have an amazing day.